Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Minimalist Goth, aka Jazzy, or that weird girl that looks like an alien without her eyebrows. First, before we get into the video, the why I'm like moving my hand so much is my cat is there. His name is Vladimir, and he's the world's most adorable asshole. You will probably see him in a video because he really wants to sit in my lap right now. Uh, Before we get into the video, I want to thank you all for lovely comments on my blog and on my videos. It really means the world. Keep them coming. You idiot. So, keep them coming, please. It really means the world to me. Today I wanted to discuss the why too of minimalism and to share a bit of a story of my minimalistic journey. I believe minimalism is a tool we use to free up our space, time and energy so we can do the important stuff and deal with important stuff and people, of course. But as any tool, minimalism is not its own purpose, it's not the end game, and if we just focus on how little we own and that's just focusing on stuff again, and that's stupid because then you're not freeing space, time or energy for anything, and that leads to angry people on the internet commenting on how a minimalist hairstyle should look like, in all caps. I've seen it, it's not pretty. Please don't be that person. It's just wrong. Because this is going to be a long one. I'll have my show notes here, so I'll have to look. I don't want to get all rambly about things. So for me, stuff, my physical possessions, were the last thing to go. That's the last thing I got rid of. To illustrate better, let me just tell you a story about my minimalist journey and how it all started. I know, possibly can be helpful for you. Learn from my mistakes. You don't have to make your own mistakes to, listen to the person who did the stupid thing. Then decide if you want to do the stupid thing. For me, my minimalist journey started in ER. Yeah, in the ER. I was battling depression for more than a decade. And in order to fight that depression, I went through a serious amount of bad life choices, toxic relationships, and tad questionable methods of self-medication. Don't do that. Really bad for you. So in order to get a grip on my life, I started planning and organizing. I planned and organized to the point I had 3 planners. I literally was like a Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory. I had bathroom schedule. I had 3 planners and the 4th planner to plan my planners and plan in, and it was actually really planned and well organized mess of a life. Before I ended up in the ER, it was few weeks of feeling really mentally and physically exhausted, feeling pretty bad, little pains here and there, but I was like, it's depression, I need to fight it off, and I'll just need to power through it. So I put more of really unproductive busy work on top of my unproductive busy work. And I'm not talking about my job. My job was actually a good productive part and really small part of what I was doing to myself. My house had to look a certain way. I had to plan from when to when I'm hanging out with this person or shit. Really shit. So I went to the office one day, collapsed, started bleeding heavily, and ended up in the ER where I was diagnosed with burnout. Bleeding heavily actually came from one of my ovaries literally exploding, which in the long run was a great thing because I was told and finally rightly diagnosed as my depression was hormonal the whole time. I have hormonal imbalance, sorry, and there was plenty of things I could do about it. It was just like balancing out my hormones, and I'm fine. I'm fine. Like, I could have done that a decade ago, before depression, before that seriously bad life choices, before everything. If I went to the right doctor, that could be prevented. But not to dwell on the past, there was a lot of things I could do right now, and I'm not suffering from depression anymore, and I'm so excited about it. But when I was lying there in the hospital, and the doctor looked at me and said, you know, you have to find a way to minimize your stress and like simplify your life because you're so slowly committing a suicide by stress. So I did what any self-respecting person in their 20s would do. I went home and I watched 20 hours of TED Talks. Because that's how you find answers in life. And actually that's how you find answers in life. Because by watching 20 hours of TED Talks, I first discovered Sean Anker. I'm sorry if I butchered your last name. I'm not sure how it is pronounced. So, Positive Psychology, that video, I will leave a link for it. That video really changed my life. It is hilarious to watch. It's funny. It's fantastic. I watched it, I know, countless times. And that led me to believe and research positive psychology. The second video that changed my life was a TED Talk by Minimalists. And I was like, okay, that's how you simplify your life. These guys obviously know what they're talking about. Let's Google them. That's how I ended up on their website, their podcast, and they talk a lot about why to of minimalism. They did great explanation. I won't really go into it because go listen to their podcast and go to their website and just like dive into the why to of minimalism. Why you want to do this or anything for that matter. It's not just applicable to minimalism. Why do anything? And how to is easy. You can find the how to do anything on YouTube now. And why to is something that is much harder and really personal. So my minimalist journey and my decluttering actually started with a notebook. I sat down because I was actually at home recovering, and like I had time to sit down and like start writing. What are my priorities? Why I want to do this? Top of my list was obviously like don't end up in the hospital with burnout again, ever. Just list went on and on. I imagined my complete life and why I wanted to do this, and then I made a plan and started. I started by decluttering my life. Relationships that were no longer serving me. What? Okay, something just popped up on my screen. Yeah, why not? Relationships that were taking up my time, energy, and wasn't serving any purpose. Like, why? All those like hangouts and toxic people in my life. I had a lot of toxic people in my life. And then goals, unrealistic goals I set for myself, tasks, so many tasks that had nothing to do with me or my life. Hi, Vladimir. Say hi. Say hi, baby. Yeah. World's most adorable asshole, Vladimir the cat. And he's shedding like crazy because it's summer and it's really hot. So I got rid of all of that. Like all of the tasks, goals, toxic relationships, bad people. Then that freed up my time to really work on a mental clutter. And the funny thing is, my phone broke completely, beyond repair, just as I was ready to start my mental decluttering, and I actually didn't replace it for 3 months. I needed that peace and quiet, and I was just like without a cell phone for 3 months, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. So I sat down, like my phone broke, I didn't replace it for 3 months, and I sat down and I worked on my mental declutter, and I was like, damn girl, why are you so bad to yourself? Like, self-bullying, negative affirmations, beliefs, obsessions, like, God, overthinking. I was actually able to look at myself in a completely different light and see the damage I was doing to myself. And with my depression gone, I was like, cool. Really cool. I can see that what I'm doing to myself is actually really bad. And I did like that huge chunk. Self-improvement should be something that we all do constantly throughout our lives. But from time to time, we need to take that point when we sit down with ourselves, have that talk. Usually that talk lasts for months and months and just like clear the slate. I've got rid of a lot of my bad habits, not all of them, but a huge chunk of them. And I started like implementing good habits, like morning pages, meditation, exercise, and that really helped. And I'm a different person now. I have much more energy. I think differently. I'm much calmer, and it's awesome. And when I finished with everything, I breathed a sigh of relief. Like, it's all good. It's all good now. I sat down and I was like, I'm ready to deal with stuff. Really. This is a point, I came to the point I can really start rebuilding my life and actually start working on myself and doing good stuff with me. But I have to deal with material possessions in order to free some space and time and energy. And 2 days later I got the flu. And that was awesome because I have 7 days like sick leave. I wouldn't leave my pajamas anyway, and I got my best friend, we don't live in the same city, so I got my best friend on video chat and messenger, and we're like, okay, I need some support or just like company. And we talked and chatted and whatnot, and like traded photos of what we were doing. And I will just like take the whole closet out, pick 10, 20 things actually. 20 things. I actually like to put them back in my closet, and I looked at the rest, like the huge pile on the floor, and just like donated everything, put it in boxes and just ship it off. I bought Marie Kondo book, like Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up and Sparking Joy. I had research about like capsule wardrobes, and really had a mental image of how I want my space to look like and be like. And I was like, okay, let's go. In the meantime, I got the idea for the core wardrobe and the plan for it. So the 20 things I was left with, and 2 pairs of socks. I was like, fuck it. But I'm sick anyway, and I don't have to like leave my PJs, so I will just deal with that later. And I dealt with that later. Now I have actually a wardrobe that looks like my favorite Pinterest board, and I'm really happy about it. And so I like chuck that out, chuck the books out, everything is like happy, relaxed process I did in about 4 days. Week was 2 days for the planning and 1 day for cleaning, and the rest 4 days was actually chugging stuff out. Marie Kondo speaks about like how you should leave your like memento box and sentimental items for the last. I did that. I had actually quite a big box, 2 of them. I opened it, looked at it, took out 5 items, and rest of it just out of my life. I don't need you. Bye. So that's what I did. I like took like, my teddy bear, my first teddy bear, photo of my late father, a little gift like favor from my cousin's wedding, and two coins stuck with wax and a yarn I made with my friends, my really close friends, in order to like make some lucky charms for us. It looks like a piece of garbage, but it means a lot to me. And photo of my grandparents, and that's what I kept. Rest of it I threw away. Actually, I didn't open that memory box, memento box, for years and years, except to put more stuff in. And that was liberating. That was really liberating. And that was my, like, it was cool. It was cool to finally like get rid of stuff and really like finally be like live that, come home to that empty apartment I really always wanted. And but it was actually just a really cool paint job on a major overhaul. Stuff was the easiest thing to get rid of. Trust me, getting rid of your mental clutter is a lot harder than throwing out everything from your closet. And I did it when I was like completely sure and ready, and it was a party actually. I made one sick person at home in a PJs and one friend on the online party. But yeah, we even had some like beer and whatnot. It really was cool. That's the end of my rambling for this week. Please leave me comments. I love your comments. You can do it on my blog. You can do it here. Like, tell me your why too. I really want to know. I really want to know why you want to start your minimalist journey, or why you don't want to, or why you started in the first place. Like, remember that and say hi, or even if you have some question, like, or you just want to hang out, like, right? Say hi. And of course, give this a thumbs up or subscribe if you liked it. That would be cool. Bye.